Well, hello there, folks. Got to bring in a little John Denver. I mean, a little Rocky Mountain High. So I'm spreading it all over the world, speaking to you right here from the Rocky Mountains. And so, welcome everybody. So good to see all of y'all. Let me just speak favor to us over all of us, and particularly here in where we are. And I've seen it around. Robert, I saw you up there where you are. They say you got it cold and the wind is blowing, and it's blowing here. We just hit a peak at 47 miles an hour. So I think that's near gale force, I think. So hello, everybody. Hello, Merritt. Hadn't seen you in a while. Nina, how are you doing? Going to have Nina on tomorrow. So good to see you. David Barry, good to see you. Danny, hello. Who's else all hanging out here? I saw Gaia and Paul. Deborah, how are you doing? Deborah Sloan. Joyce Marie, hello. David Castle and Rufus, good to see you as well. Truth Seeker. Jules, what's up? Lady T, hello. Stephanie sometimes. Hey, I like that handle. Constance, what's up? So good to see everyone. Scott, hello, beloved Abstract. Kathy, good to see you as well. Abe, I am the 17th like. Thank you very much for hitting the like button. Got to feed the algorithm. Hello, Emperor Rec, Mr. Lloyd, William, good to see you. Jackie as well. Lots of people filing in. So tomorrow, got Nina the Mystic on. Make sure to enter into the giveaway. The wind is like nuts out there. And all of you who are experiencing this windstorm, because if you're to the east of me, it's coming. Get ready, man. I'll tell you what, this is what they would call a four strapper for you toupee day, you know. Strap that sucker down, man. Tape it down. That's all I got to say. Or just don't walk out there because it is a windy. Kind of reminds me of the Steve Martin movie. It's cracking myself up already, and I haven't even gotten started. So, as y'all know, give me 1 second, and I want to thank Big Al for this. Zodiac is going to be, may already have gone over to the other side. Trina, we love you. We love you. Zodiac, our pets stay with us. If you love your pet and they pass on, make sure to call them. Make sure to call them, because many times, if they may be sitting right outside the door, in which that has been filmed. So Zodiac, we love you. Cody is there to comfort Trina and her family, but they're a part of us. At least how I see it. My dancer has taught me more about love than any human I know. And that's what dogs do, animals. So Trina, we love you, dear. That's all I got to say. Are y'all hip to what's going on right now? Got another thing. Since this is just my random thought day, kind of like, the holiday. What we're seeing here, folks, and I tried to get my telescope out there. I've got a great telescope. Get yourself a good lens, mirror the sun lens, and I'll give credit to this, Ben Davidson. What we're seeing happening right now on the sun, never been seen before, at least through SOHO. We don't have any kind of recorded data. There are more sunspots coming than this is something you normally would see in a sunspot maximum, which is we're coming up to. But yeah, so if one of these babies pop, we could be talking definitely M class, maybe even potentially X-class flare status. There you go. That'll really just make everyone feel really warm and fuzzy. Like, gee, Steiger, thanks. Like, we really needed to hear that. Well, you did. Things are happening. That's all I can say. They are. So I got a question for everybody. You've heard this all of our lives when you come in here, and for the required indoctrination, which, takes about 12 years. By the time you're 12, you're pretty well indoctrinated. And you hear this all the time. So what do you want to be when you grow up? Hell, they got tests. I know. I used to give those tests. I could determine in a company, that's what my company did. We taught sales psychology, and we were very fortunate to have a brilliant psychologist from Harvard. Anyway, it would take basically, if we get it done in about 20 hours. And I could tell you your personality. I could tell you, folks, I think I just saw Dorothy go by with Toto. I think that's what I saw just pass by. Going out there. I mean, like, wow. But anyway, I could tell you by a test, tell you if you're in the wrong field. Hey, S. Lee. Thank you. Well, so good to see you all. Pandemic, good to see you as well. Hey, Angie, what's up? Angie, send that to me again. The thing with my Gmail has been really funky. I mean, with everything being up and down. I mean, hey, Karen, if you want to come on, and I apologize, folks, I am just deep into some stuff that just, there'll be a story behind it. There'll be a story. But Karen, if you want to come on, let me know. I'd love to see it. And while I'm still playing in the dirt, like I said, something flew by. And I mean, woof, hello. So here's my question. What are you going to be when you die? Don't give me dead. That come on. I'm serious about this. What are you going to be when you die? If we're believing this correctly, there's a party going on, apparently, on the other side. And party can be defined however you so define it. But, if you want to stop by my beach, come on in, open bar, great surfing, the music is great. Anyway, but that is a good question. What are you going to be when you die? And I'm implying the question on the other side. What are you going to be on the other side? Lost in space. All right, I'm going to talk to you personally on this one. So I know there's a 30-second delay. What are you going to be once you've gone through the transition? What are you going to do? Have you got a clue? This is just one-on-one. You and I are just sharing, philosophy back and forth. But that's the question. Deborah Sloan, what are you going to be? I mean, if you think you're going to be lazy, I don't think that works over there. I got a sense that no matter where we are, no matter what plane of existence, there's always going to have to require effort. Because if there's no effort, then there's a question, is there even consciousness? Consciousness, wouldn't it be an effort? We think that we think effortlessly, but get yourself into a situation where every word you are saying is being recorded. I'll guarantee you this. You're going to find out just how freaking difficult thinking really is, how it requires effort, concentration, focus. And so getting back to my question, what are you going to be when you die? You see, it's interesting because I can see by, and I know people are lighthearted, and that's cool. But I bet you haven't given it all that much thought, have you? I bet you the vast majority are under this illusion that, well, it's just going to appear to you, baby. Maybe, maybe not. Some, when they're born in this realm, they are born with welcoming energy coming in, love, comfort, the things that you would think. But then that begs the question, are we conscious of something until it takes over? And is this the life choice path that we decided upon before we came in here? We obviously don't have much of a memory, if any at all. So what are you going to do when you get on the other side? Or what were you? There's a good question. What were you before you were born? Or should I really say, what were you before you died? Because we're in the death realm here. Let's just cut the BS out. This is no land of the living. This is no land of the living souls. This is the land of the dead. You and I are dead. We were dead the second we were born into this realm. This realm is the death realm. Now, it has an interesting way that it recycles itself, but don't think for a second. No one gets out alive. No one. Marla, what do you say, hon? I'm going to be happy to be out of this crazy realm. When I get to the other side, I'm going to be funky, cool spirit going, yeah, there we go. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Brian, when he was still with us, him and I had a conversation similar to this. And he said, Wayne, brother, he said, I don't think I've really given it much thought. And I told our friend, I said, well, think about it. Martin Heidi says, I'm going to play foosball, dancing, exploring the realm, find my love Heidi, and make new plans for the lots of friends. I think that there is some credence to this. I mean, my former religion, it tried to paint a projection of what the other side was. Only problem was it wasn't a real fun reality, even if you had the golden ticket. And the real conundrum I found is, so what do I do? You tell me that if I say this and I do that and yada, 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 that I'm going to have eternity living in a place called heaven. But no one could really describe it. Was it that giant cube that comes down that they call the New Jerusalem? Is this why we're seeing all over the world, and now pilots are videotaping mass fleets of UFOs? I mean, not just a few. I'm talking in some cases hundreds of formation flying lights. Let's put it that way. I'm telling you. Now I just saw the scarecrow going, holy shit. Boom, baby. Robert V, how is it up there on your side? Robert V says, on the other side, we are all friends there. We just found each other here. I like that. I think there's a lot of validity to that. And getting back to my point, my religion never told me Well, what is this place? If it's not the cube, and that's that's what it is, this New Jerusalem, it is the black cube. They give the measurements of it: 1,500 miles high, 1,500 miles wide, 1,500 miles square. Coming out of heaven, falling down, the great cube. Now that can hold a lot of people, I guess, but I still didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, this nonsense of sitting on a cloud, I mean, plucking a harp, most people wouldn't know how to hold a harp. So that obviously isn't happening. And my loved ones, I mean, this year I lost both my parents. You know, the torch has been handed off to me now. And it's interesting. I know since I have been on this journey that with this tribe, I have found more spirituality. It's amazing. And I say this for myself, of how much deeper of a intimate relationship I have to the one who gave me consciousness. I don't know what that is. It's something. Whether it's a dude or dudette, I don't know. Kind of doubt it. But I am very grateful, kind of picking up on the thing that we were going to do yesterday. I find myself more in a consciousness of gratitude and thanksgiving. I mean, it's amazing how many things that you can become so grateful for. I don't know. Does the other side help teach that? I don't know. Does it prepare one here if you have this attitude of gratitude where you're just giving thanksgiving for everything? I mean, that's that kind of a discipline, isn't it? How many brothers and sisters do I have? That's a good question. 6, I believe. So there's a story behind that, but 6 that are one way or another related, full, half, you know. But no, beloved abstract, I have looked at the links, but you know, here's just my position. There's a lot of different tributaries to a river, a lot of different truths. I am open to, and I have listened to many, many, many truths. In the end, and this is just me, you know, I was a preacher, folks, ordained minister. I do know a little thing about what I talk. Comparative religious studies is something that I have majored on. And I have come to this conclusion. You can give me all the explanations of all the constructs of what man has perceived the creator to be, and all the many ways that it comes down. But in the end, the only thing that really matters is me. You're not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. No one's going to be there upon your transition. I've had a long, many, many decades to try to figure this out. I don't think I'm any more closer, but I do know this: the relationship is much more intimate. I quit putting a figure to that which I contend gave me consciousness. Hey, Teresa, what's happening on the job site today? well, prosperity to you there, Teresa. Absolutely. But they got beer. Scotty boy, that's my point. Dar Smile says, crocheting. I love that. I love that. But that's just, that's just me. And, I love the diversity of thought in this group. I mean, hey, Susie Q, what's up? Uh, have my grandbabies. All right. Well, that's prosperity. We are prospering. We got tons of favor. Happy birthday, by the way, if you've got one. Rock out, man. I mean, you're here for the experience. And I still, there's times when, you have to do housework. Housework, by the way, is a great time of meditation. It really is. And Linda Brooks says, yes, I just said this to a friend yesterday. All of us have our own. Yes. And if we could just all realize that, we would get along so much better. I mean, like I said, I respect every person's belief. But, when I showed on Monday the actual history of our species, now the Denisovan, Denisovan, that homo is not our homo. We're a different homo. I love how that sounds almost like, the Revenge of the Nerds, but their homo is a different, but it influenced our version of man. And that's how I kind of see this whole God thing, this whole creator thing. If I could find one name of a modern day God in an ancient culture, then I'd say, hey, that dudette or dude, look at, they were way back then. Because everyone that I see at the table right now is a Johnny come lately. I mean, they're taking credit for making the meal. And I'm saying, that's bullshit, baby. You didn't cook anything here. Somebody else did. And now you're trying to take all the credit for doing all the work. Every one of them sitting, every one of the world gods today sitting at the table, they all take credit for, making all this. That's sweet. That is. But anyway, that's just my opinion, because I certainly can't find them. It's like, well, exactly. Can you give me your previous address? And by the way, I need your probably past half dozen addresses. Where exactly did you come from? Okay. It's true. I mean, I know that just bugs the crap out of some people. I know I get the emails. I don't read them all the time, but I do spot them in, and and it's like, chill out, man. It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm writing the theme for tomorrow's Steiger perspective, and the title of it is "What's Wrong with Humanity?" There's something seriously wrong with us. And it doesn't take that much enlightenment to come to that striking conclusion. There is something wrong with humanity. Well, it's a good question, Shannon. Shannon says, if we are truly all fractals of the same energy as humans, then why would those gods, quote unquote, not think that they are the creators of this world? It's really bizarre. It truly is. And, I had 50 years of hard indoctrination. I don't think some people realize, I was really into this whole thing. The Christianity helps me create the philosopher. I like that, Troublesome. That's cool. Troy, you're right. We may never learn from it. It's obvious. Look what they're doing right now. Humanity is trying to rewrite its history. That's bizarre. We see it all over. We see it here in our country. I recently saw a fifth grader's history book. And I'm reading this and I'm going, wait a minute. I was alive during much of this, what was in this child's book. And I had to conclude that I must be an alien, time jumped, some kind of crap happened, because what they're writing, I didn't experience it. I lived through it, but I don't remember it that way, which now brings me to question everything. Hey, Elderberry, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Whose birthday is it? Is it Delina? Delina, happy birthday to you. Project, we're going to send some healing to you. Listen, I believe in sending healing. Like anything else, it knows no time or distance in the spirit. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Well, you know, Big Al, if I read that, if they were going to test me on that book, I am a blithering idiot because I don't remember that history the way that they're writing it. The Vietnam War. You know, I'm going, wait a minute. Okay, someone from Halliburton got in here. That's not how I remember it. And lost some friends over there. And I had a friend that came back that I think he never was the same. But anyway, Gaia, I believe nothing I've been taught, only if I've experienced it. Now, you see, that is kind of goes back to the whole theme, right? Of, you know, being grateful. I don't know. I refuse to believe that if there is an essence of someone, when the time stops, I got to tell you, Martin, when I saw this, and I'm like I said, I just shook my head. I mean, wow. You know, it's different. It's very, very different. Guy said, Guy and Paul lived it personally. Yeah. I mean, you know, I was a protester. I can tell you what tear gas tastes like. And I can tell you what a damn baton feels like on the back of your shoulder. It bloody well hurts. That's what I got to say. It bloody well hurts. Hey, Morgan Snow, good to see you. Yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. And as the great soap opera, as the sands of time pass through the hourglass, so are the times of our lives. Bloom, 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 bloom. Okay. I'm reading some of this. I love a great sense of humor of a crowd. It's what counts. But I still haven't seen any of the answers yet. So Big Al, I'm going to talk to you. What are you going to be when you die? What are you going to be on the other side, Al? That's a question what could we see Big Al doing? Hey, Cheryl, what's up? Listening from Massachusetts. Much love. Danny, ain't that the truth? The girl be talking the truth. She says, I've been helping my son with his homework. OMG, BS, big time. Yeah. And now they say that math is somehow moved by the pigment of one's skin. I don't understand that. Where I came from, when I grew up, y'all remember Miss Buttons, my fifth grade teacher? Miss Buttons had one of those rulers Not talking the flimsy ones they got today. I'm talking about the ones, I swear that were made out of pieces of oak. And yeah, getting your knuckles wrapped. Boom. I'll tell you what, you learned. Yeah, some people would say, well, that's cruel. I don't know. It worked. We didn't see it as cruel. But you have, let's see. Delina says free. I like that. Okay, that's cool. All right, so I remember the Bozo show. I remember Romper Room. How about that? How many of you remember Davy and Goliath? How about that? And then there was the show that my brother and I were eventually forbidden to watch, The Three Stooges. Because of my brother, I still have an indent on the top of my skull where he decided a paint can should belong. Yeah. Linda says hardwood. Yes. Yeah. Having to put the palm out. Knew a girl that went to Catholic school, and oh yeah. Mr. Floyd, you were on Romper Room? Are you just BSing us, or you are actually for sure? Captain Kangaroo, Karen. Yeah, absolutely. Big Al says he's going to have the biggest party in the galaxy. So, Big Al, I want to know, are you going to be the bartender? Are you going to be the host? I mean, how is this going to work? That's what I'm looking for. Angie says, I'm going to be on a 5-acre fruit farm. I think that's very cool. Singer and Magick. I love that. Red Honey says, after I kick some asses, I will have a few beers in Valhalla and go hang out with Wayne. You're welcome. You know that. Then rest a while. Hey, and the party at Wayne's World, this is Wayne's Beach. I mean, I fashioned it after, one of my favorite piers, which is in California. And yeah, love it. Y'all going to have fun. Let's see, 5 acres, 1 acre for me and 1 acre per child. I love that, Angie. You see? The audience, well, Mr. Floyd, I have to get you on and talk about that, because that had to be an experience. That's back in the early days of television, tell the vision. And they were exploring with it. A lot of people don't realize that the cats that were involved in bringing television out, these dudes were not at your Sunday school. And the thing was, it took about a decade trying to really figure out, well, what is the purpose of television? And the interesting thing, because I come out of that industry, was that when get this. So as the story goes, it was at one of those 5 martini lunches. I used to have an expense account that really I had to spend money on clients. Many times that's wining and dining them. And I got my ass chewed out one time because I had money left over in my expense account. You don't do that. But anyway, getting back to the concept, are y'all ready for this? Let's see who's out there who can actually think what I'm about to say. So I'm going to give a 30-second delay here. So I'm thinking of one particular phenomenon that I guess today has done more to enslave the thought process of humanity. Who knows what that one thing I'm talking about? Because before this time, it was kind of non-existent, even in radio. Doom, 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 doom. It's the news. Yeah. And the interesting thing about the news is about bad news. It's designed that way. Interesting. So the news, and today the news dominates everything. But there was a time, and it's not that long ago, where really the newspaper was the control mechanism. The newspaper was, in a sense, the great octopus, the great oracle that sent its tentacles. And then, of course, came the telegraph, and today we have 24/7 news. And now today we have not just information. No. We have misinformation, implying we somehow misplaced information. Now we have algorithms that can anticipate by our subtle twitches, eyes, nose, lips, that they can now read our minds. Start spreading the news. I love it. That's exactly the truth. And look at the cell phone. I mean, we're prisoners. I was meditating the other night, just, as we practice going to sleep. And I keep on thinking about what we've done here. These cell phones, smartphones, tablets, devices. I'm telling you, it's a blowing a gale out there. I don't know. And then, you got devices that allows you to talk to the dead. Let me see what we can get going here. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. So let's see, is there any spirits here that would like to say hello? Let's see if we can get them. Let's see. Wait a minute. Are there any spirits here? What is your name? What was that? Wow, that was weird. But anyway, this device, by the way, it's quite interesting, the theory behind that. Going, oh, really? Well, we talk about the angels all the time. I'm very much convinced that because we acknowledge them here individually and as a group, I believe they're very active. See, I heard that too. I heard a name. See, I like that. Mrs. Space Cake says, I am a spirit. That's what I like about it. We are a spirit. I like that. That is Mrs. Space Cake. Way to go. 5 stars on that. I got that. That was very cool. Intelligent mind. Let's see, it's going by pretty quick. I was looking at some of the things. It's like, yes. Tonight's yes, you can. I got that. Oh, I love this. This is this random thought day. I mean, probably going to do it more often. I like this. Great group. That's all I go. So let's see. William says, when I grow up, I want to have sex with the ladies I missed on this side. I can think that's an honest answer. I don't know where we get this whole thing that, I get the body thing about, coitus, but the reality of it is it's up here. I mean, I get the physicality of it. That's cool. Again, I don't know if there are female spirits with a female anatomy. Do we keep the male anatomy? Again, I've never seen a naked ghost. They all have clothes. Someone said they saw a naked ghost, but all the recordings around the world show that ghosts are either in robes. I wonder if it's hanging underneath there. I don't know. Or appear to be in the time of when they were alive type of clothes, which then leads you to think, well, on the other side, what? Are you just given one choice of clothes? I mean, I think it would really suck to have to wear what men had to wear back in the 1600s. I mean, what was it? I mean, it got hot. And what? You couldn't walk without your shirt on? I mean, hell, you'd be buffed as all get out, right? I mean, it was all manual labor. I digress. I kind of liked it when I was at the nudist camps. I had never had a problem with that, But then again, no one seems to be able to tell me. Oh, Linda, isn't that true? So yeah, talking about nihilism, F. Paul Wilson, I have to say, gave me years ago the understanding of the nothingness, and the never-ending story is like that. Well, thank you, JC. That's very kind of you. Honored. I love this group. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Floyd said nudist camps are fun. I mean, of course, I was in my youth. I mean, one thing I learned the first time is that for guys, if you ever get a certain body part sunburnt, you learn real quickly why they began to wear that loincloth. That's all I got to say. Because I can tell you, you'll be singing the blues. You'll be finding out real quick. And the communes that I lived in, I mean, we wore clothes. I mean, but when it came, there was a creek that went through the one place I was at, and communal bathing was just communal bathing. Martin says maybe the ghosts wear clothes when they show themselves to let you know that it's them. Yeah. People look naked, funny. I had sandals, but I could see that someone wrote, says people look funny just naked and wearing tennis shoes. It's so true. And it goes to show you about humans. Every other life form on this planet seems to come equipped with being adaptable to its environment. Not us. We seem to have lost all of our hair. Maybe that's what's living in air conditioning can do. My ex-husband burned. Oh, yes, Shannon. Mm-hmm. I bet he did. Oh, I know if y'all are just listening to me, I'm reading some of this because this chat room, it's priceless. That's all I got to say. and the visuals that you begin to put in some of the comments y'all are talking about. Yeah, that's true, Lori. It is true. In our youth, it was always best. As we grow older, that's the thing about tattoos. That's why I don't have one. I have this immense fear of needles, as y'all know, and I'm not really into the blood thing. No. But as my wife says, they look great when you're in your 20s. By the time you get to around your 70s, your tattoo has now expanded and become, I guess you could say, a modern piece of artwork. What was one time on your arm is now on the back shoulder, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do we know reincarnation is real? I don't know. I just have this Tam Tam says, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. Teresa says, astrology and alchemy tonight on Andromeda 7, 6 p.m. Is at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. She has left the link there. Yeah, Dar Smile. I have seen people that have, there was this one gal in this restaurant that we went into. Wow. I'd never seen, such brilliant artwork on a human being. It was like, wow. Number one, to have endured that, I have a great deal of respect about for a person. But and maybe someone can tell me, because I'm not really that versed. I guess colors are more expensive, right? Because I understand tattoos are expensive. They're not real cheap. Is that right? Because I don't know. I'm completely naive in this. So Karen, are you going to be on Queen of Quartz on the night with the gals over there? And then Nina has her hump day show. Angie, that's true. And they're only about 20 years before they get there, those who are really into the body work. It's true. So I'm guess stretch marks. It happens. It does. Well, so Miss Space Cake says she has a tattoo and she actually hates needles. Yeah, it just freaks me out. Tattoos are not cheap, indeed. Colors are more expensive. Okay, thank you. Put cocaine in the ink. Well, I guess that would be the only way that you could really do it. Well, beloved abstract, was that really a tattoo? I don't know. But anyway, getting back to this woman, that it was incredible. Wow. It was like almost looking at a Monet. And I love Monet. It's one of the most expressionist artists that, of his time. But yeah. Welcome, Doris. Thank you, Regina. All right. So I thought what we would do as well, because, I just thought I'd show you a couple of things that I thought was interesting. We have over 5,000 books in this group. David Barry, I remember when you and I first started conversing, exchanging books. This group is not devoid of that. So here's an interesting one. It's called the Book of the Anunnaki, the Book of Heaven and Earth, the Book of the Circle and Square, the Book of the Head and the Heart. This is an interesting take on Stitchin's point of view of the Anunnaki. This is much different in as much that it talks about, well, let me just read some of this because it is very interesting. So as he gets over here, let me just pull that up for everybody. Anatomically, you, a physical human, are conceived from the egg, the vessel of your mother, the woman, and the sperm, which the light of your father, man. A divine spark of life is released when the formation of your zygote, your yolk, both the yolk and the ziggurat are the meeting place of heaven and earth. Meaning, you are heaven. First, Uranus is formed in order for the zygote to excrete, that is anu, heaven. Second, your heart is formed from a drop of your mother's blood, that's the Kai, the earth. Third, your spine is formed to include your 7 chakras, that is the Anunnaki, the heaven and the earth. Fourth, your pineal is formed exactly on the 49th day of your existence. That is the Ikagi, the watcher, the sky eye. Interesting, isn't it? The Akkadian Anunnaki, those who came from heaven to earth, and the Sumerian Igigi, the watchers, can now be understood within the fractal development of the human form and without the planets. Now, it gets into this. This is really interesting. We may go through this because it's very, very different in what it actually teaches. And I want to get here. Here we go. Mother Goddess. Nima, Nintu, Nintor, Belalet Ali. The Mesopotamian Mother Goddess is known under many names, the most prominent of which is the Sumerian name Nimtud or Nintor. Other frequent names are Ninma and the Beled Elah. She is the creator of humankind. She oversaw pregnancy and childbirth. She guides children when they are still in the womb and feeds them after they have been born. In the Akkadian myth of the Athrasis, a Mesopotamian flood story, Nintor created humankind by mixing clay with blood, cardinal earth, of a slain god, referenced Adam. In the Sumerian tale of Enki, Lord Earth, and Ninmah, the mother, the two deities compete by creating various creatures out of clay, resulting ultimately in the creation of humans. The clay is said to come from the top of the Abzu, the cosmic underground waters. In her role as the creator of humankind, she is eventually replaced by the god Enki, Ea, as visible in the Babylonian Imenu Elias. Ninmah and Ninmu, the ancient Sumerian mother goddess of the primeval sea and the early abyss. In the Neo-Sumerian, Enki and Ninmah, that's Enki, Earth Lord, and the son of heaven, and Ninmu, mother, the goddess who has given birth to the great gods. It is said she is who has the idea of creating mankind, and she goes to wake up Enki, who is asleep in the Apsu, so that he may set the process going. It's a creation chamber, is what the tablets say. The Anunnakian, the Athrasis epos, has it that Enlil, Venus, requested from Namu the creation of humans, and Namu told him that with the help of Enki, her son, she can create humans in the image of gods. Namu is also a Babylonian minor goddess of the same name who is associated with fresh water. She gave birth to An, heaven, and Kai, earth. Yeah. So today we have removed all of the mothers, Explain that to me. How is it that mankind has become so duped into these world religions where there is no feminine, there's no female, there is no mother? And I'll guarantee you this, ain't no male god ever gave birth to anything but a bad idea and a fart, including the one that most people are going around saying, is coming back. I get so fed up with all the bad news crap all the time. Like, this is the end of the world. Well, guess what, sister and brother? It's the end of your world because your days are numbered. It ain't the end of the world. The world goes on. So let's talk about Tiamat. I've heard many people, I thought this was interesting. Tiamat is the dragon sea serpent, the Babylonian primeval mother goddess, mother to the gods, consort to Apsu, who appeared as a dragon. She was defeated in battle and killed by Marduk, Mars. After her death, the Tigris in Euphrates River flowed from her eyes. Tiamat was in vestige as salt water and Aspu as fresh water. From their union came all the other gods. And may I say, it appears that's where also the asteroid belt is. Okay, I'm running out of time. Gosh, this world goes by quick. Too quick. I had like 4 other books I was going to show you, but hey. So, random thoughts. Where's Mama God? Goddess, that's who I want to know. And if you've ever tried talking to her, you find it feels uncomfortable. It's like getting a new pair of shoes. You got to practice at it. At least that's my point of view. I could be wrong. Plandemic says mother is God in the eyes of children. Most moms are. I think that's where we probably get that whole idea of reward and punishment, right? I've had fun today. I hope y'all have too. See, I love this. Folks, I tell you, if you ever want to come on and talk about anything, you've got an open invite. Mama, thank you. I tell you what, I give respect to her. When Lilith visited our house, we changed bedrooms. I mean, we don't sleep in the room that appearance took place, because even today, it's got an intense energy. It's very difficult to sleep in there. But, I embrace it. I figure it's like this, one of those experiences you go, well, who was that exactly? If she be true, yeah. Angie, you're right. Gold, oil, and diamonds. David Berry, right back at you, brother. Much love to you as well. Miss Hazel, who was my cottage mother, she used to say that, but I can see where mom's goes, and I created you, I can take you out. Yes, indeed. Al, thank you, brother. Much love to you and the friendship as well. So many good friends here. I just, wow. Well, because I got things I got to do behind this. This is why I and I respect all of y'all's time. Y'all have made me a far more prosperous soul. My spirit is much more broadened. I mean, when we all have our departure date, because the future is the future, but I'm going to have to say, what a far out time. That's all I got to say. I met the best people. Many of y'all, I haven't seen your faces, but I have seen you because of and I hope you have a soul deck card. Are we in our 3rd printing of this? And so I take these out and I'm able to see all of you. Well, Shannon, I hope you do. My laugh is contagious. Well, that's because y'all gave me the laughter. So I'm just sewing it right back at you. It's like, oh yeah. All right. I know it was a show about nothing, but we had a lot of fun talking about a lot of something. So, yeah. All right. See y'all tomorrow with Miss Nina, and I hope maybe Karen. Karen, I'll send you out the e-bike. And it'll be another fabulous hour with the Soul Tribe. Thank you all. Trina, we love you. Zodiac, we'll see you. I know you're right there with Mama already. And whenever that moment of passing is, well, I believe it's going to be a peaceful one. Robin, much love back to you as well. Peace to all of us. All of us. I just speak that peace that it's the supernatural kind of peace that surpasses all understanding. May it mount guard and protect all of us. May our houses be a place of sanctuary where love, warmth, and laughter emits out into the darkness of the world, because all of us are indeed shining lights. All right, folks.